The numbers are staggering. 30% of people want to eat less gluten. 18% of adults buy gluten-free foods, and it's expected to be a $15 billion industry by 2016. But experts say only 1% of Americans have disorders like celiac disease, specifically caused by gluten. So what gives? Many people think they have a syndrome called non-celiac gluten sensitivity, and now research is telling us that it probably doesn't exist. Gluten is a protein composite. You find it a lot in wheat, barley, and other grains. It's the stuff that makes bread chewy and is used a lot as a meat substitute. So why has it riled up people everywhere? Our story begins in Australia. Back in 2011, a guy named Peter Gibson published a crucial study finding that gluten can cause gastrointestinal distress in people who don't have celiac disease. The study sent the gluten-free craze into orbit. But Gibson wasn't satisfied, so he went back to the lab and followed up. And these follow studies have changed his original conclusions. Here's what he did. 37 self-identified gluten-sensitive patients with irritable bowel syndrome were tested. They were cycled through various diets of both gluten and non-gluten, which didn't contain other stuff that could aggravate the gut. When the study was over, researchers discovered that no matter what diet the patients were on, many of them had intestinal problems anyways. The patients expected to feel bad on the study diets, so they did. As for gluten, Gibson concluded that it wasn't a factor, it made no difference. So gluten might not be the big bad wolf people think it is. Now, instead, scientists think a group of carbs called FODMAPS could be doling out all these bad intestinal symptoms, and not the gluten. Chalk another one up for science.
This is MSG, and it stands for monosodium glutamate. It's the sodium salt of glutamic acid, which is an amino acid.